Okay, what's your name and where are you from?
Well, my name is Tony Luna. I live here in Lowell, Massachusetts.
Okay, and we are in the Central Food Ministries here in Lowell, and you are the director?
Correct. I'm also a lay minister, and I do various other outreach ministries through our organization, the Food Pantry here.
Okay, and I did tape the food pantry before, and what is it that you do here? Or what are you trying to accomplish here?
Well, we're trying to put a little dent in the hunger and homelessness that's very big here in Lowell and the surrounding communities.
Very prevalent.
And so we're trying to do our part. We give out over 4 tons of food a week. We service over right around 150 families a week.
Okay.
We're open 3 days out of the week, from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Okay.
And then on Thursday evenings also too, to help those who work during the day. We're open for an hour from 7 to 8 there. So and that's been quite a big thing. We served as many as 35 families one time in that hour. So it's been a good thing for those who can't come during the day.
Yeah, and last Tuesday you said that you were packed.
Yeah, it's quite unusual to see today not as busy as it was last week. But yeah, last week we serviced, I think it was 48, 49 families.
In one day.
In one day for Tuesday, yeah.
Okay, and now by servicing you give them a warm coat, maybe a pair of shoes, and you know how many people are in the family. So you filled. I saw them filling the orders with nutritious food. Now, where does that food come from?
We have a number of locations and agencies in which we pick up this food. Hannaford's, the grocery chain, is just, I can't begin to say enough about
Hannaford's.
Hannaford's.
Okay.
I pick up at the Drake facility, Hannaford's and Drake on Monday through Thursdays, and then on Saturdays. And they give us pastries, deli, produce, and bakery goods. You know, it's either expired that day or it's going to expire. That's what they give us.
Yeah, I saw that it was stacked pretty much from the floor to the ceiling almost.
And they're just tremendous. Every Tuesday, I have a couple volunteers that go to the Merrimack Valley Food Bank here in Lowell.
Yeah.
And that's where we pick up our USDA items that we give to the people.
Okay.
And also MeFab items.
MeFab, and also donated food on occasion.
Exactly.
You apply to the food bank. They tell you based on what you do how much you can get.
The allotment that we're allowed.
And they are one source of food for your organization.
Right. And then on every Wednesday I have another 2 different other volunteers that head to Boston Food Bank and pick up food there for our agency here.
Yeah, and they're a big one in Boston, aren't they?
Exactly. It's a big food bank, and they have from the get-go, from once we signed in as a charity organization to receive food from them, they have really met our needs great. So,
they have.
Yeah, and but also too, the Merrimack Valley Food Bank has gone beyond what they do. They service a whole bunch of agencies, and they really help us.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, and it's great to have them in a nearby location too, where we don't have to travel as far.
Especially with gas. I mean, it costs you like $20 to go in and out of Boston these days with a van.
Right, and through the year we have numerous other food drives that help us. We have the annual postal drive that's held the second Saturday of May.
Okay.
And then the third week of October we have what we all have Hunger Homeless Week. And then through that, the schools in Drake will begin a food drive, and then CFM benefits from that food drive. And the schools in Drake have just been awesome, and given us a lot of food. And then we have our our other private donations that come in all the time. But
through the ministry.
Right. But for the most part, the food that is donated from individuals, it isn't enough to sustain us. So I do have to go out and look for bargains. In that I do go to Walmart a lot and purchase pasta, soups, and that wherever I see a sale going on, no matter where I'm at, I'll go directly to the manager and ask him if I can buy in bulk.
And load up.
And load up. I've had as many as 200 cases of whether vegetable or soup in the van. And that, so I'm always looking, keeping my eye open for discounts so we can buy and purchase food.
Especially non-perishable items.
Exactly,
if it's going to sit around on the shelves and be perfectly fresh and nutritious, load up when you can.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for speaking to me today, Tony. Is there anything else you'd like to speak to the blog about, and any of the readers that might be, or viewers?
Yeah. There are a couple of things. Not only do we give food and clothing out to people who are needed, and I have the Lord has blessed me with a wonderful ministry with the homeless here. I have homeless coming in on Thursday and Sundays where they'll come in, and right now it's about 2 or 3 or 4 of them. We'll go in the back kitchen and we'll cook a little meal. You know, whether it's we open a can of soup or whatever. To them, it's like a gourmet meal, and then we'll all enjoy that together. And then we'll come in here for Bible study. The after-school program on Monday has been great because the kids that come to this program come from broken homes, and they really feel loved here, accepted, and that's been such a joy to be a part of. And again, the volunteers that you videotaped today, I can't begin to say enough about them, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing here, and this agency wouldn't be able to function without them. And they're just volunteers.
Yeah.
I get paid for what I do, but they're volunteers.
Yeah, I want to make sure that we kind of accentuate that point, that ministries like yours, food banks, food pantries, they rely almost sometimes 80% of what they do is all volunteer work.
Exactly. So I just take off my hat to them every day, and sometimes I feel bad that sometimes thank you doesn't seem like enough, but to them it is, and that's special. And
the reason that they're here is because they're passionate and committed to the cause. So you're actually giving them an opportunity to do what they want to do.
Right. You're exactly right. And I have such wonderful volunteers, and I wish they could all be in here together. You should be videoing them instead of me, but because they're the backbone of the ministry.
They're the heroes.
Yeah, exactly. They're the ones working in the trenches.
Thank you very much for speaking to me today, Tony.
Sure.
And I'll just get a little shot of that. And how long have you been working here?
About 10 years.
10 years. And
I've only been retired for 28 years. So.
Only?
Right. It's the best job I ever had.
This is the best job you ever had?
Right.
Yeah, I can really tell that. Amy was talking to me about how her employees at the food bank, they don't get paid what they're worth, but they're very passionate and committed to the cause that they serve in their communities.
Tony is nice, though. When I complained I wasn't getting paid enough, he offered to double my salary.